Hello everyone. Okay, I'm very excited for this video because I know that a few years ago I did a video on how to become a blogger and grow your following, but I haven't really updated it since then, and I know you guys always have new questions and I want to answer them. So we are going to go over that again today, and I got a whole list of questions from you guys on my blogging Q&A on my Instagram. I also did a highlight reel on there, so if you want more information, I also answered some questions on my Instagram. You can go to my bio and you'll see one of the highlight icons says blog Q&A. So go there if you want to see that, but we are going to get started, and I'm going to be answering all your questions on my favorite platforms, how to start a blog, how to grow your following, all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, here we go. Okay, so just a little intro. I am Nicole. If you don't follow me, thank you for being here. I'm new to the whole YouTube thing, so give me grace, honestly. But I have been an Instagrammer slash blogger for the past 4 years now, and I went full time with it about 2 years ago. It's like my dream job. I love it so much. So I definitely want to help other people who want to do it. I think Instagram and just bloggers in general can get so competition over community, and you know what? There is room for everyone in the blogging community. So if you want to start a blog, do it. I'll go more into that, my feelings on that. But yeah, that's basically kind of my story. I started when I was a nanny in Portland. I didn't know anyone. I just moved there. I lived with my sister and I was super bored, so I thought it'd be fun to do it. Didn't even know you could make money, and then about a year later I went full time with it. So I'm gonna share with you guys kind of what I did, and also some, I already said, my helpful platforms and all that good stuff. So anyways, let's just dive right into it. I also don't want this video to be like 1,000 years long because no one wants to watch a video for 1,000 years. But no, I really want to give you guys like all of my wisdom and do it kind of as fast as I can so that you guys don't have to be watching this forever and I don't have to be making it forever. So, you know, win-win for both of us. Okay, so let's talk websites. So I started out on WordPress. If you are thinking about starting a blog or you have started a blog, I would suggest not doing WordPress. I started out with WordPress, and you know, maybe you're more tech savvy than me. That's awesome if you can work it. I think it's great. But for people who, like me, don't get technology that much, do Squarespace. It is seriously the easiest thing, and it is so easy to make your website look super nice, super clean, professional, and really incorporate what you want your blog to look like. It's like really easy. You don't have to do any of the coding that WordPress you have to do. And yeah, I'm such a big fan of Squarespace. I've been using it for almost my whole entire blogging career. So if you're thinking about websites, definitely think about that. You know what? Before even websites, I would definitely say, you might already know if you've been thinking about doing a blog for a while, you might be like, okay, this is exactly what I want my blog to be like. So what you should really do is think branding and think what you want your blog to be about, which I'm sure you've already thought about a little bit. But for example, mine is based on fashion and lifestyle. I also incorporate beauty, which is kind of the lifestyle, but I love including like my everyday life, and I'm very budget friendly, but I very much believe in staple pieces and having a closet full of staple pieces so that you can recreate outfits over and over again. So that's kind of my like niche that I'm in. So yeah, kind of find what that is. And along with branding, obviously, is like color scheme. You know what, I'm more of like a neutral girl. Some girls are like all color. So kind of figure out that too, figure out fonts, you know, you can get more into that. That's a lot for like website branding, but just in general, like when you do Instagram stories, make sure that it's very on brand with who you are. It's, you know, it's fine every once in a while to throw something up on your IG stories, but really try to stick to your brand so that when people look at you, they know, oh, this is Nicole. You know, like a lot of people say to me, like, you're the neutral girl, you know, you share budget-friendly things. And so now when I ask my followers, okay, why do you like to follow me? I get, you're budget-friendly, you know, like I love all your neutral pieces. You know, I love that you focus on staples and recreating basic outfits. So you really want to focus on that so that your followers know why they're following you, and that, yeah, you can kind of just stick with that and they will most likely stick with it too. So anyways, you guys are probably like, okay, yeah, branding, blah, you know, share the good stuff, like share how you grew a following and made this a thing. And you know, that is all so good too, but I think people really don't listen to like branding and all of that good meat that you want your blog to be based off of, and just really knowing who you are and going for it and sticking with it. When you look at, big Instagrammers, you can see they have a niche and they stick with their niche. They're not all over the place. So I'd say, before we talk even about following and stuff like that, make sure that you know your brand, you know when you take an Instagram photo, what you want it to be like, what you're wearing, what the background is. Really thinking about all that stuff, thinking about your editing, thinking about your feed. So just really make sure that you perfect that and don't just get so caught up in, I need to get followers, So, because the followers will come once you kind of build up that meat of your blog. So anyways, now I'll get into followers, now that you've listened to my speech on building the meat of your blog. So followers, a lot of people ask me, how did you gain all of your followers? And I always tell them, and upfront am honest, I always say, you know what, I think Instagram was a completely different place when I started, and sadly, or not sadly, however you feel on this topic, I think it has changed a lot. And for some reason, Instagram has made it very hard to organically grow now on Instagram. And, I still do organically grow a lot, but back in the day, it was a lot easier to grow organically. So it's definitely different now. I feel like I organically grew to about 15K, and I started doing giveaways. I literally collaborated with as many brands as I could, and I wanted them to repost me, and I did everything for free because I just wanted to get my name out there. So I think also that's very important when you're looking at growing your business. Definitely don't think about the money when you first start out. Think about, okay, how many brands can I work with to get my name out there, and think about, okay, let's get creative here. Think of the bloggers that you can shout out their page on your Instagram story. They can shout out your page on your Instagram story. That's such a good way to organically grow. So I think for me, I always, even with being at 140,000 followers right now, I look back at the drawing board and I'm like, okay, how can I organically grow, and what's different things that I can do? So I think what I'm trying to say is that a lot of people think oh, what's the secret? What's the secret to growing? And honestly, there is no secret. Just think, be creative. I think everyone honestly has different ways to growing on Instagram. And I've tried a whole bunch of different things. And I'm just going to say right off the bat, I've never bought followers, and I promise you, do never buy followers. It is the worst thing you can do, and so many bloggers make the mistake of doing it and buying likes, which I have never done either. I will never do either. They're so bad. They make you look bad. First of all, it's very easy to tell if someone buys likes or buys followers. And also brands can tell too, because once you get big enough, brands will start asking for your insights, and they can see if it's not matching up. You can see if you're low on engagement, or if someone's physically just cheating the system. It's lying, it's cheating. Just don't do it. It's not fair to anyone else. It's not going to help you anyway. It's just going to look bad, be embarrassing. That's my spiel. I did this spiel on IG stories too, because it just frustrates me seeing bloggers do that. And just put in the hard work, if it's going to happen, it'll happen, and don't force it. So just my thoughts on the whole thing. But anyways, I don't think that there is a secret. I think it's just so many different things that you can do. So one of them is commenting a lot and engaging, which the Instagram algorithm that's going on right now has said it really helps get around it. Just a quick update. There's so much meat to Instagram, but if you don't know the algorithm or what that is right now, it is basically Instagram putting who they think you would like their photos the most at the top of your feed. So you're not seeing everyone's photos right when they post it. They are filtering whose photos go to the top of your feed, if that makes sense. So that's why Instagram is a different place than it used to be. Instagram used to just do it normally. If I post a photo, you see it. But now if I post a photo, they only show you that photo if they want to show you that photo. So it's very annoying, but you know what? That's whatever. It's just life. Instagram wants to do what they want to do. So, but anyways, commenting is very helpful with the algorithm, because if Instagram has basically said if they see that you are commenting on other people's posts and vice versa, that people are commenting on your posts, that, I don't know, they'll put you to the top. Is that really what it is? And who knows any of this stuff? They also say commenting 4 words or more is best. like I said, I'm trying to make this video short and not like 50 minutes long. So I'm kind of whizzing through these, but yes, commenting. The second one, produce a bunch of content. I don't know if you guys follow Gary Vee, but like he is so inspiring, and he always talks about producing just a bunch of content, as much content as you can, because at the end of the day, that is why people come to your page, to see the content that you produce. So, you know, work on that while you're building. I try to do a bunch of Insta stories every day. You know, it doesn't always happen, but I'll try to create collages that people can shop from, and obviously creating Instagram photos and videos and just a lot of different things, blog posts, all that good stuff. So make sure you're producing a bunch of content. And if you're saying that you've done everything you can, that's a lie, because you can just keep creating content. So you always have something to do. I feel like I never run out of anything to do, because the moment I run out of something to do, I'm like, oh, I can do this or comment for freaking 2 hours. No, just kidding. I can't comment for that long. I get so tired. But anyways, let's go to the third thing I would say is giveaways. And giveaways are great. I'm going to share with you guys something that I have learned over my journey of blogging, and is that not all giveaways are helpful. And you know, when I first started blogging, I thought any giveaway I could get was going to be helpful, because you know, it's going to give me followers. But you really want to think about going back to branding and your targeted audience. So whatever it may be, you know, mostly women, mostly men, you know, fashion, online shopping, whatever country you're based in, really target your audience and look for other girls or bloggers that are around the same following size as you, and get together with them, do a giveaway, give away something, each pitch in like $50. That's really all it needs to be. And that is such a great way to organically grow and really get your targeted audience. Because when I first started, I was doing like random giveaways, and I wish I didn't, because I really just think it shot me in the foot with my engagement. Getting followers from other places is great, but I know just for like my niche, and typically the people that respond the most to my photos, like I know who my targeted audience is, and so I really aim for that when doing a giveaway with other girls. I think also what's really great and what your followers will appreciate a lot is doing giveaways that are just for them. So every once in a while or every week, I will try to do like a $50 Starbucks gift card, and there'll be some sort of incentive like my last 5 photos, and so it helps me with engagement. But it also is like, obviously my followers love it, because they, you know, have a chance to win a Starbucks gift card and have another incentive to follow me. They can win stuff. So that's a really great idea too, just to do that just for your followers. They don't have to follow anyone else. They just have to be following you and maybe do something else. So that's what I also really like to do, and works pretty well. You can also, I mean, there doesn't even have to be an incentive. I've seen a lot of bloggers give away Starbucks gift cards on their stories just because they're thankful that their followers are here, and I love that idea. Another way to really skyrocket your followers is, you know, obviously, I feel like people always say this and I get annoyed because I'm like, it's so obvious, but really producing great content. Because I mean, if you're producing great content, like you will be noticed and you will grow. It's just gonna happen. And it sounds so cliche, but it really is true. And also thinking outside of the box, and by doing different things. Like, I don't know if you guys follow Tezza, Tezza, and she's not exactly my style. Like I don't really, not very creative, so I don't really post photos like she does. But like, she has such a great niche, and she, like, people love her for that. And so that's also a really great idea if you guys are super creative like that. I feel like people love that kind of stuff. So let's talk photos. So I use my iPhone. Sometimes I use my camera. I have a Nikon D750, 35mm lens, and I like it, but I also only have it mostly for like professional shots that I need to have for brands if they ask for it. I noticed that my professional photos typically don't like respond as well when I post them on Instagram, so I kind of like listen to my audience, and I'm like, okay, I'll just keep doing the iPhone thing. It's easier for me, you know, you guys like it more, so there you go. And as far as shooting, a lot of you guys ask me, like, who do you shoot with? So I used to shoot with my mom, and I miss her so much, but we live in Arizona now, if you guys don't follow me. So when I lived in Seattle, me and my mom would shoot once a week. I'd do like 4 to 6 outfits, or, you know, product shots, whatever. I'd choose all the locations that I thought matched with my style, and we kind of just like got it done. So if you're wondering about shooting, that's kind of what I do. So once a week now I shoot with my friends down here, and we like pick locations and get our outfits all together and kind of just crank it out and do that every week. And it's a great way to plan for your photos during the week. I'm not a person that can post on the fly. I have to have it planned out like days in advance, and I have to set it up in my little grid system to see how it looks on my Instagram feed. And going off that too, if you are like super into your Instagram feed, which you should start getting into if you're not, Planoly, and there's one more, Unum, is a great way to plan out your photos, and so you can kind of see what it'll look like in your feed. I think they're both free, so look those up. I'll put those on here. And I guess let's just talk about other great platforms that I like. Let's see, for editing, I do Lightroom. I use my presets. I'll show you where you can buy them if you want to just buy them. It'd be a super easy way for you to do editing, because I literally worked on editing my presets for months to get it perfect, and so I use my presets on every single photo. I have 7 different ones, and I don't know, I love them obviously because they're mine, but you can also buy other people's presets on Lightroom, and it's just a super easy way to edit your photos fast and make sure that your feed is cohesive. Some other editing apps that I love, Facetune's great for smoothing out things and like detailing out things. I like to detail my eyes in Facetune, smooth out my hair and my face. Not overly, because that would look weird, but so don't do that. I also love Snapseed is great. I don't use that as much anymore. Let's see, Unfold is great for Instagram stories. That's how everyone does the pretty cursive and puts their photos and stuff on it. What else? InShot is amazing for Instagram videos. So download that if you've been wanting to do more Instagram videos or just videos in general for your stories. That's a really great app, and it's super easy. Canva is amazing. My favorite out of everything. For sure, I do everything on Canva. You can make logos on Canva. I make all of my collages on Canva. I do my different website designs on Canva. You can really do anything. So definitely look at that, play around with Canva, because once you get the hang of it, you can make a lot of different things and really customize your site and your Instagram. You can make the highlight icons on there. So yes, Canva, love that one. Reaching out to brands. This is a very popular question as well. Reaching out to brands is so, it's not awkward. But I just remember when I first started reaching out to brands, my first collaboration was with a towel company. I was at like 2,000 followers, and I was just so freaked out that someone actually wanted to like work with me. And so they were like, we'll give you a discount on towels and you just have to post about us. And so I still had to buy the towel, but I was so pumped about it. I was like, yes. So I posted the towel probably way more than once too. And I had to pay for the towel, but I thought it was the coolest thing ever because I just got my first collab. So don't do what I did, but I was just very, very excited. So I would say you can start reaching out to brands at 5,000 followers, and you know what I would do is reach out to brands under 20K when you're in the lower end of your followers, because those brands are most likely to work with you. What a lot of people do, which is like, I mean, I'm sure I did it, and I'm sure, people don't know any better, but like when you're a smaller blogger, don't reach out to Lexus, don't reach out to Gucci. Don't reach out to Abercrombie. Those big brands, first of all, they just won't respond, so it's a waste of time. Second of all, they usually, I'm not saying always, but in my experience, they usually work with bigger bloggers, so it is kind of, I think personally, a waste of time. But if you want to shoot your shot, go ahead, go get it. So in general, I would say when you're first starting out, reach out to brands that are, boutiques that are under 20,000. I think they are more likely to do a product exchange with you, and basically where you will post on your Instagram feed and your story or whatever you guys figure out, and in exchange they will give you clothing. So when you really start making money from blogging, so I started making money at 10,000 followers, and I think it actually, you can make money earlier now, probably 5,000, I don't really know. But I started at 10,000. So the rule of thumb for charging for Instagram posts is for every 10,000 followers you have, you can charge $100. So say if you had 30,000 followers, you can charge $300 for an Instagram post. I actually do not know the rule of thumb about stories. I usually like half it, but I don't really know if that's right. So let me know if you've heard something, because I'm still trying to figure that out. I usually just like kind of throw something out there. But yeah, that is the rule of thumb for Instagram posts. So just remember that, and remember what you're worth, because brands will really try to be mean and tell you that you're not worth that. But you know, you have those followers for a reason, and you know, be tough, you know, stick your ground. You have those followers and that is worth something. So really make sure that you stick your ground when it comes to your rate. Yeah, a lot of brands will really try to negotiate with you. And you know, it's not wrong to negotiate, but don't go down what you're worth, you know. I think you'll know. So anyways, that's how you make some money from blogging. So you'll mostly make all of your money from blogging with sponsored content, which is how I make most of my money, by doing sponsored posts, you know, with different products, different clothing brands, and also posting stories for those brands, posting blog posts for those brands. And I also make a lot of money from Like to Know It. So when you shop my links, that is very helpful to me. So thank you. So that's another great way. You can apply for Like to Know It, I think almost at any point. So I would urge you, if you're not on Like to Know It, to apply. Some people don't hear back. I think the best thing that you can do is get someone to refer you. I referred a few people and they almost always get on when someone on Like to Know It refers someone else. So have someone you know who's on Like to Know It refer you. Yeah, that's a great way to get on there. And Like to Know It can be really confusing at first. I know you guys had some questions on how to use Like to Know It. Honestly, it is confusing, but just try to learn it. Look up YouTube tutorials, and once you get the hang of it, it's going to be well worth the money. Also, don't be discouraged on Like to Know It, because it will take a while for you to start making money. I don't think I made hardly anything my first year doing Like to Know It, but I just kept trekking along, kept linking everything, you know, just in case. And now it's become so worth it, because once you really build that, it'll really start making money. So like I said, I don't want to make this video too long, but the last and most important thing that I'm going to say to you guys is, if you have started a blog and you're starting to feel discouraged, do not stop. I know so many people who started blogging when I first started my blog, and if they would have kept going, it would have been amazing, but they got discouraged and they just stopped, and I just kept plugging along, and look how much, you know, it's grown. And I just really think that a lot of blogging is hard work. I don't think it's luck, which people might, you know, fight me on. Fight me, not really fight me, but I really believe that blogging it's a ton of hard work, and you'll see it once you start. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, like I didn't know how much work this was. I thought I could do it part-time, and I really think this is gonna have to be full-time. It is a ton of stuff. But keep trekking along. Even if you're not seeing, you know, those money signs yet, keep building your brand. Keep collaborating with smaller brands. You know, work with other bloggers that are around your following. Put your name out there. Do the exchange in stories, the giveaways. You'll get there most likely. So keep trekking along. Don't be discouraged. And also, don't not start a blog because you think that people will make fun of you. I get that all the time too. I don't want to start a blog because I don't want so-and-so to make fun of me, or I don't know what people think about me. Who cares? Who freaking cares? So many people made fun of me, and like, I just don't care. I feel like also this job has really given me hard skin though, because I probably did really care at first, but I really don't now. But honestly, like, if it's something you want to do, go do it and start now. Don't say that you're going to start and then 2 years later you still haven't started. Just start it now. I'm giving you all the tools that you need to start your blog. So go get it. Good luck, everyone. Let me know if you have any more questions. If I didn't answer anything, go to my blog Q&A highlight icon and look at that and see if I answered it there. Otherwise, I hope you guys have an amazing day. And I'm tired. I'm going to go and eat. And thanks for watching this.